And welcome back to Let's Play Disgaea, Hour of Darkness. Last time, we wrapped up the Cave of Ordeals and did a little bit of item worlding, and this time, well, we are going to reveal the fruits of my labor for all the preparations I've done for the upcoming sections of the game. As you can see, we've gained quite a few levels compared to last time. We were in the 300s, now we're in the 500s. I want it to be in the 500s, because that's when extra gain for equipping stuff in your accessory slots begins to slow down a bit, so this will put us pretty good going forward. And I've also kitted out all my characters with the best gear I've been able to get for them. I'd say the only character who's kind of a little lacking at the moment is Marina, but we'll be able to correct her soon enough. And she is a Ronin anyway, so she already gets pretty sizable attack power bonuses, but I was able to get a rare Cosmic Blade for Laharl, and I leveled this up a ton, got it to level 30, which is going to be important for what we're going to be doing in this video. I've got everybody with legendary level 30 Infernal Armors. I mentioned this previously, but the reason I'm going with Infernal Armors over the technically superior Nirvanas is that Infernal Armors give bonuses to HP and attack power. So for our non-attack power-based characters, that gives them more survivability with the extra HP, and for obviously our attack power-based characters, this lets them eke out even more damage, so good stuff there. And, of course, everybody's got accelerators and stuff. I should probably find a better accessory than the Testament for Levi, but I'll have time to look into that. Oh, it's not terrible, at least. And he's got a powerful Infernal Gun. You may have noticed that Karin has a Galactic Staff. I may have misspoke and said that the Infernal Staff is the rank 39 staff in that game. That is not true. That is the case in Disgaea 2. Yeah, they mixed them around a little bit between games, and I've done a lot more of Disgaea 2's post-game in recent years, so I had the Infernal Staff on the brain, but no, it is the Galactic Staff, which is very good for us. That means that we will have a way to get a powerful rank 40 weapon in the, I think it is still the Omniscient Rod that is the rank 40 staff in this game, and it's just a powerful weapon in general. Additionally, another rank 40 item that I got, or rank 39 item I got at the legendary level is a God's Hand. I actually got this through a bonus gauge. It's a good idea to check both the bonus gauges and the enemy equipment to see if there's anything good in those to get legendary rank 39 items, and let me get this junk out of here. Got a few Mr. Gensi exits, and yeah, that's just all the equipment I wanted to go over. We should be good for most of the maps in the upcoming bonus chapter, save for the final one where we have a really tough boss, but I'll of course practice and see that. That is not going to factor into what we're doing today, though. Today, we are going to be unlocking the remaining secret bonus classes. These are classes that are just flatly superior to the normal variants that you would use for a given weapon roll in the game, and correspondingly, you are very unlikely to encounter them in regular play, as they have pretty demanding unlock requirements. We already got one of them. We've got the EDF Soldier, Levi, here. You get him and his class by getting Gun Mastery to level 30 on a character. We did unlock this over the course of the normal Let's Play. I'm just going over it since it's been a while. But yes, we had a scout with 30 gun mastery to get that EDF soldier there. But the remaining secret classes require that you level up specific classes to certain level thresholds, much like the other classes in the game, but these thresholds are much more demanding. For all the other unlockable classes, you either had to get 2 classes to level 5 or 2 classes to level 10. Very easy. You're likely to have that taken care of by Chapter 4 if you make something of every class to unlock something. These classes that we're going to be unlocking require classes for the first one to be at level 100, so already a lot more demanding there, and the final secret class in the game requires that you get 5 classes up to level 200, and you need to have all these classes active at the same time. You can't just get a character to level 200, then either delete them or transmigrate them into another one and get that to level 200. You need to have them all simultaneously, so for our first secret class, we need a level 100 Knight, a level 100 Archer, and a level 100 Healer, which can be pretty demanding, because these are the worst classes in the game by a pretty hefty margin. It has to specifically be a female healer, too. It cannot be a male cleric. The male cleric is pretty much completely useless for unlocking anything, and he's somewhat inferior to the female cleric again. Poor guy. No wonders they didn't come back until Disgaea D2 and completely redesigned at that. And for the final secret class, we need a male warrior, a male pugilist, a ninja, a Thief, which conveniently we already have that taken care of. Thief is by far the hardest, but I had a decent way of taking care of that one. And we need a Scout, all at level 200. Because I've already taken care of the Thief, the hardest one here is going to be the Scout, because of course Scout's only good with guns, which is a single target only type weapon. But with that Infernal Gun, I should be able to have him just snipe the center enemy at Cave of Ordeals 3 and just do that repeatedly to get him some levels. And for my other guys, of course, for the Male Warrior, we have the Cosmic Blade. I took the liberty of getting the Male Warrior's sword level up to, well, it's up to 11, but at least 10, so he has Wing Slayer, and the Cosmic Blade is so powerful, even just at a 50% bonus, maybe with the Braveheart, just to be safe. That should take out Cave of Ordeals 3. I have a Rare God's Hand up to level 30, so this should be good for my Pugilist and my Ninja, who are already at weapon level 20, so they have access to Big Bang. If you're wondering why it's not the legendary God's Hand, I just didn't have that at the time. I was building up the equipment, and I wasn't expecting to get that, so I just went with what I had on hand, if you'll excuse the pun. So, to start, let's get to work here. So, I'm gonna have to clear out my inventory a little bit just to create some space here. We'll put these legendary items in storage. I want to keep the Providence and Exodus here. Get rid of some of these Gensi exits, since we're not using them at the moment. We'll pull those out later when we need them. And to start, let me get my Pugilist equipped with the God's Hand here. We're just going to deploy on the Field of Virtue in Celestia first to level up some of the weaker characters. Oh, right, I'm actually already forgetting stuff. Let's see, we'll unequip Laharl for the moment, and we will unequip Karine for the moment, and we will throw the Galactic Staff onto Lucille, our Knight here. She's going to definitely need power by far the most. Lucille picked up Ice Magic as her specialization. Doesn't really matter. If I wanted to help her out a little bit more, I would have her create a Star Mage as a pupil and just learn Star Magic, so she doesn't have to grapple with the elemental weakness system, but I didn't really feel like that was necessary. Let's see, we will get Dan here. He will be equipped with the Cosmic Blade, and let me see. Okay, all his stats are good, all his stats are good. I'm just looking for anybody who might have trouble hitting stuff, and that will be Lucille. Let's just give her, we'll give her the Providence instead of the Exodus. And who could use the Exodus? We'll just throw that onto Burrito here. Alright, so let's get to work. We'll top all these guys off in case our opening salvo doesn't go as planned. Although, I have, oh, was there another prize there? No, okay, I thought that the claim prize was like, how did I not already get everything? Okay, so first order of business, for our weaker characters, like I said, we want to go to Field of Virtue, just deploy them, get a level really quick, and let's just have Lucille come out. Let's see, which of these guys are weak to ice? That one, so we actually want to have her go the other way and throw out ice. Knights, I've mentioned this before, but they are absolutely atrocious. We're going to have October come out. We're going to have her use just a poison arrow to take this guy out. With her bow, I did not get a stronger bow than Fleisch and Flamme. Fleisch and Flamme is a rank 37 bow, and at a legendary, I can level it up a lot and get it a lot higher. If I was able to get something like Artemis at the legendary level, I definitely would have gone with that instead, but luck was not permitting there, so that's just the next best thing I got, and it works out fine. It gives her a ton of hit and attack, so she'll be able to actually land her skills. The biggest problem she's going to have going into Cave of Ordeals is that we can't pump up her damage that much with Braveheart, since it's only going to be increasing her attack stat, and the bow functions off hit and attack. Those Braveheart bonuses will only count for half. Let's see. We'll have Marco come out, and he should be able to take this guy out with just a normal punch. And yeah, just wipe all these guys out. Taking advantage of the weakness right there, even Lucille with her relatively unspectacular magic, still able to do a lot there. So let's see, yeah, everybody just wanted to get a few levels so they had some more stats to work with before we go into Cave of Ordeals, and let's just have Dan come out. He should be able to Hurricane Slash this guy to death. And that should get everybody good and ready. Now, going forward into this video, we're probably going to have a lot of jump cuts, because there's just going to be a lot of tedious killing all the enemies in Cave of Ordeals as best I can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to equip the characters with stuff that will allow them to do their best in the map, and we'll start with the characters that unlock the secret class for having the level 100 characters. So let's see, we'll de-equip Lucille Healer, and we will start with Olivia, our healer, getting her up to level 100. Let me see. Okay, yes, the statistician is on the galactic staff, and I do have to be mindful of what items have which things on them. Let me see. I feel like... Oh yeah, now I remember. I'm also going to unequip Levi's Infernal Armor and throw that onto the characters, just to give them a little bit of extra stats everywhere else. Let me see, where is Olivia? I blew past her. Alright, yes, this is good. So let's heal up here. Now, I did not bother to get Olivia or any of my casters that I need to be leveling up 3x3 attacks. Excuse me, whiff. I did not feel like that would be necessary. We're not going to be spending too much time on Cave of Ordeals. We should be able to take these things out just fine with what we got here. So let's move over to Olivia here. And let me see. Probably for safety's sake, I'll want to cast a magic boost on her. So we'll just have Karine come out and throw out... Let me see where... There it is. Very rarely used magic boost. Braveheart is typically a lot more useful. One thing that I would like to go over with Magic is that in the post-game, especially when you have a maxed out Arms Master, Magic really takes off in striking power because of the additional 200% modifier that Magic users get. And as you can see there, we ran afoul of the halved magic penalty there, so unfortunately Olivia was not able to take out the full formation of that cross pattern and was denied her level up, but that's not a huge deal. Let me see here. We'll just send Marina out to take out the rest of these guys and then do it again. And there we go. In just 2 clears of the map, we were able to get Olivia up to the level threshold that we needed to. I'm just going to clear this up here, and we're going to get Lucille equipped in order to do this level. Alright, so we have Lucille outfitted to do this. Let me see here. Okay, yes, we have a 2x3 formation for ice, which should be good enough. If all goes according to plan, we're going to take out 6 there. Now, Lucille has elemental resistance to grapple with, in addition to just her worse stats than Olivia all around. So what we're going to do here is we're going to deploy our entire Skull Squad here, throw out a full stack of magic boost on her. This should make sure that she absolutely takes out everything. I probably could have spent some time leveling up Giga Ice after clearing the previous map, but okay, he's going to need to be a little bit closer. Yeah, unfortunately, these guys are not too practiced on their brand shiny new stabs, so just gotta position them relatively close. Okay, so throw out all these magic boosts. Remember, buffs can be applied up to 4 times before they cap out, and that will double the stat. So this should allow her to hit not as hard as Karine, but, well, actually nowhere near as hard as Karine, but she should be close to what Karine was starting with when we first started training here. And unfortunately got a little bit unlucky there. But we took out the rest of them and got her to exactly level 100, so I'd say that worked out. Alright, next on the chopping block is October, so let's just get these guys taken care of. Alright, so here we are with October, and like I said, October has several burdens to contend with as an archer. First off, bows are just terrible, so we have that to deal with. Bows do not have a 3x3, but they do have a X pattern skill with Zeal Regan, which will allow her to hit 5 of these guys, but that also faces the burden that that is a fire elemental attack, so we have elemental resistance to contend with, so we could be unlucky there. And as a final capstone, because bows function off of the average of the attack and hit stat, that means Braveheart is only going to count for half as much of a boost here. But it is a boost nonetheless, so we're going to throw out as many Bravehearts as possible. Karine's just going to stay in the base panel because she can have her Galactic Staff back. She can now come out for cleanup, and we're going to use Zeal Regan. I could probably more consistently kill a group of these guys with Sturmhimmel, since that is a non-elemental attack, but it hits less enemies. So I'm more willing to roll the dice on Zeal Regan to make sure I get as many kills as possible. And of course, I've been moving the Statistician and Arms Master around. Okay, that's not bad, that's not bad. Ah, so close. I've been moving the Statistician and Arms Master around to the characters that we're actually grinding up to make sure we're getting as much experience as possible. Like I said, Karine's got her staff back so she can come out for cleanup. Let's show October how it's done. Juicy. Alright, so I'm just gonna get her the last bit of levels that she needs. And there we go. With Sturmhimmel, October is now over the level 100 mark, so once again, let's just have Karin come out, clean these guys up, and let's head over to the Dark Assembly to check out our new special bonus class. Alright, so in the Dark Assembly, let's go in here, let's just have Laharl go in to create a character, and if we scroll up, we shall see we now have access to angels. We can create our own celestial hosts, and as you can see, they are pretty solid. They are skilled with swords, spears, bows, staves, and as they rank up, they also become more proficient with axes. They have pretty solid stats across the board. Their aptitudes, 100% across the board, save for res, which they get a 10% bonus, so unlike the majority of the classes in the game, they do not get any severe equipment penalties. The game says they're good with magic. If I remember correctly, they're essentially Prism Mages Light with a little bit of healer mixed in. They learn elemental magic and healing magic up to the Giga level, so they're pretty capable casters, honestly. Though for pure striking power, I actually do prefer Galaxy Mages quite a bit because of that 110% intelligence modifier. So I don't think they're the absolute end-all be-all when it comes to casters, but they're basically like creatable Flans. But unlike Flans, they actually naturally learn magic, so they're a bit more easy to use and ready out of the box, and they're more skilled with weapons if you'd like to go that route and have them be physical attackers too. Though I definitely think anything that can learn magic is probably better as a mage, just because of the additional multipliers associated with casting magic, even considering the res bug in this game. Now, we have 4 characters that we need to level up a ton, and I'm just going to do a supercut of getting to the point where each of them gets to level 100, or not level 100, level 200, so this is going to take a bit of a while. I'm just going to be shuffling equipment around, moving the specialists as needed, and getting all of these guys down here up to level 200 so we can see the piece de resistance when it comes to creatable classes in this game, so get hyped. Alright, Dan is at level 200. Marco is level 200. Burrito is level 200. And last but most certainly not least, Panel de Pawn, the Scout, is level 200. Well, level 202. But with that taken care of, let's just clean up here and mosey on over to the Dark Assembly. Alright, at the Dark Assembly, let's go into the Create a Character screen and just scroll up a little bit and see this guy, the Majin. Look at this dude. Look at him. 110% in every aptitude. That means he gets a bonus to every aspect of equipment that he equips. And you know what? At Tier 1, it's just 110%. I believe at Tier 4 onward, 120% bonuses to everything. Insane. The Majin has absolutely incredible base stats. Compare that to a warrior right here, or heck, a top tier ninja. Like, what? The ninja's faster? Who cares? The Majin is just so much more survivable and powerful, even at base tier. S ranks with every weapon. He can do whatever you want him to. And like I said, the letter grades is not a flat value. He only becomes more proficient with weapons as he goes up in tiers. The Majin is the best class in the game by design. It has high move, it has high throw range, it has high counter too. Those are stats that you can't see, but it has those too. The Majin is meant to be the best of the best, to make up for the amount of effort it takes to unlock it. You're never going to see it in normal gameplay because it requires getting several classes, including a really bad one, to level 200, but when you do unlock him, there is no reason to use anything but Majins anymore. Which is why we're not going to be using them, because Majin is just stupid levels of broken. It would be really boring if I reincarnated my 3 characters into Majins and we didn't have any kind of variety. Plus, there's little reason to have them go for anything but swords also, and since I would be going for the most optimal thing, we'd just be seeing a bunch of sword Majins storm the field and absolutely destroy everything. So, this guy, not going to be using him. Just another note about him is that to compensate for the power of his higher tiers, you also do have to level him up a ton to get to those tiers. I think like the Divine Majin, the Ultimate Majin tier is like you need a level 540 to unlock it or something. Not too hard with Cave of Ordeals, but it does take a while for them to reach their full potential. Like their basic potential is that much to scoff at to begin with. But that is all character classes in the game unlock, excepting, of course, monster classes, but that doesn't really matter too much since we don't really plan to use those. Now, on to the next decorum of the day. We've got a new bonus chapter to unlock, the alternate netherworld. As you can see, we need more influence to actually attempt to pass that, but we have more than enough mana to do so at this point. However, we are going to take the remaining promotion exams, because we can just absolutely smash these now. We have the stats to take these out, no problem. Now, I will tell you something. As far as I'm aware, the final 2 promotion exams do not actually unlock anything, at least the guides I've been reviewing in advance. And I'll fully admit, the information available on this game is not super reliable because, again, it's old. A lot of the stuff is from 2004 era GameFAQs, so I kind of have to rely on possibly incorrect information to plan out my routing here. But to my knowledge, these promotion exams do not actually unlock anything. But what they do for us is they increase the amount of available influence at the Dark Assembly. And that is going to be necessary to attempt to pass the final bills for unlocking the final bonus chapters. And once again, none of these guys here are too overly threatening, so we're just going to tear through them, no problem. We've powered up so much, we can just easily crush these guys. These promotion exams, the later ones, do have some semi-unique monster enemies, so if you want to do these promotion exams a bunch to build up your kill counts and make those more easily creatable, this guy, 31,000 HP, hardly. Take a look at what Laharl can do with Night Sever. And yes, I kind of glossed over it, but Laharl has fully transitioned to swords at this point. Cosmic Blade's just way better than Longinus as a weapon, even at just the rare level, so there's no reason for him to be using spears anymore. I may do item worlding for Longinus, since it is a rank 39 item that is guaranteed legendary, so we can get a rank 40 item out of it, but honestly, even the rank 40 spear just doesn't compare that well to Cosmic Blade due to all of the stats that you get from it. Yeah, there was definitely some favoritism to swords in this game. But with that taken care of, we've cleared that promotion exam. I believe that was the promotion exam for rank 11. Let's just go back into the Dark Assembly and take a look at that. Yep, we're rank 11. That is all promotion exams in the game cleared. So now Laharl is fully ranked member of the Dark Assembly. There is no bill that he cannot access, save for one, though. There is one last bill. However, it is not tied to your Dark Assembly rank. It requires that you complete all of the bonus chapters, save for the human world, since that one ends the game. Speaking of bonus chapters, and it's actually convenient our influence is low enough just to pass this one, it'll make it easier to do so. We've got the alternate netherworld to unlock. Our next bonus chapter, they'll have a boss fight that yields some pretty good rewards. As you can see, the senators are pretty spicy here. Manticores are, hey, you're not taking my god's hand. We're just going to attempt to pass this right out. And I will tell you, these final bills, the penalty tied to them is insane for attempting to pass them. It is almost impossible to pass these fairly if you attempt to. Basically, the way you'd have to do it is you'd have to go to raise military funds and just bribe everyone there repeatedly until they're out of the loathe. And at that point, you should be able to compensate for the penalty tied to trying to pass this. But we're more than strong enough to just Unga Bunga our way through this. We are going to force this, take all these guys out. Who cares what they think of us at this point? We've got plenty of spare Dark Assembly forceages before we ever have to worry about getting a bad ending. Like we're even gonna see it anyway, so let's just do a supercut of tearing these guys to shreds. And there we go. That is a bill pass for us, another bonus chapter to attend to, but not the subject for the remainder of this video. We are going to be tackling that in its entirety in the next video, which I'm gonna have to check to see if I'm fully prepared for every bit. For the first 4 maps of it, I'm absolutely prepared for it. I should have no problem taking those out. The last one, the boss fight, is gonna be a little dicey. But before we even have to concern ourselves with that, let's do just a little more item worlding. And this one's going to be something that I have to do a bit off screen, but I want to get to floor 30 of an item, so let's just quickly make a backup save here, and you're going to see quite a bit of time between this video and the previous one, as I had a lot of work to do to get ready for this one, but as you can see, it allowed us to handle the things we needed to take care of in a relative hurry. So let's get into the item world, and I'm going to go over a couple things along the way, or at least one thing, but I also just want to get to floor 30 to show you one of the things that happens when you reach certain milestones within items. So let's go. Alright, so here we are in the item world, about 23 floors deep. I was kind of hoping I would get something that was really good on the bonus list to demonstrate, well, to give a reason why you might want to do what I'm about to demonstrate, but I wasn't having much luck, so we're just going to be hypothetical for a moment. So let's take a look at our bonus list here. Say I really wanted that Exodus. I already have one, and it's already a common level, so there's not much value to this, but just for the sake of argument, say I wanted it, or say it was a legendary and I wanted to get it. Now, how do I get the bonus gauge high enough to actually get that item? We haven't really gone over the bonus gauge too much, and how you can increase it. Beyond the most rudimentary things, you launch attacks, you do geochains, you get increased bonus. So let's just do the most rudimentary thing for doing it. Let's just trigger a geochain here, and of course Levi is not strong enough to destroy that thing. Lahara will come in for the assist. And let's just do this. Now, obviously, I didn't really do anything fancy with this, and it's not going to amount to much. It's going to be a very straightforward 2-combo geochain. Does not get us that much bonus gauge. And, you know, once those geo panels are destroyed, they're destroyed. We can't do anything more with them, so we want to make sure our combo is good as possible when we first launch it. So, what if it's not that great? Maybe we just detonate the chain prematurely, or it wasn't lined up as great as we thought it was. Well, we do actually have an opportunity to roll a mulligan for ourselves here. Your scouts can do geo changes once per floor. Only once, though. And, you see, we get more geo panels back, and, actually, this is a pretty good one. We could make a pretty solid geochain here if we detonate this green one on a panel and then just have all the other geopanels be on the same one. We'd have to make sure, though, that the no color change panel was the first one we destroyed, which actually, let me see, it's this red one, yes, so we'd have to make sure that one is destroyed. But that is not your only option for building up bonus gauge if you do not like working with the geopanel system. And indeed, this is all very luck-based. I got a very, very favorable combination of geopanels here for creating a huge combo, but sometimes you won't get that. Sometimes you'll remove all geopanels from the level entirely when you do that. So that comes in our second option, building up combos, and there's a unique aspect, and by combos I mean attack combos, there's a unique aspect about thieves, and I've equipped all our guys here with guns to demonstrate this. Thieves get a bonus to the amount of bonus gauge they generate from their attacks, so doesn't look like I can do too much here. This guy's pretty far away, so it's a little hard to demonstrate this as much as I'd like to, but actually, you know what? No, why even attack that guy? I left him there just because he's an enemy, the thing would end, but this should also work by just attacking geo symbols, so let's deploy all our thieves and just have them go run roughshod on this geo symbol here. And obviously, they are very weak. They're unlikely to actually do anything to it, so let's just have them all launch attacks at it. They don't have to fear any reprisal, because it's an inanimate object. Hey, team attacks, always nice. And get the final one launched there. And thieves get a huge bonus to their attacks of the bonus gauge. If you have 5 thieves launch an attack, you'll get at least 1 level of bonus gauge every time they do so. And that is a very easy way to build up your bonus gauge. Just sequester an enemy, make sure all enemies save for one are dead, or if there's a gatekeeper, just leave the gatekeeper alive. Have a bunch of thieves with guns come out and just have them launch full combo every turn. That'll get you enough bonus gauge to get where you need to be. So if I just spent 4 more turns having my thieves launch an attack combo there, we'd be able to get that Exodus. So that is another way you can build up bonus gauge. One thing I do want to know, and this is almost certainly not going to matter for anybody today, but just for the sake of argument, if you're playing the DS version, they nerfed the heck out of bonus gauge gain you get from attack combos, and though the thieves do still get a bonus to it, it is nowhere near what it is in this version of the game, which is the PS2 and the PSP version. So yeah, they, for whatever reason, the DS version specifically, that just does not work at all. So you really do have to rely on geo combos for getting bonus gauges in that version of the game, which really stinks, but that's neither here nor there. That's just what I wanted to go over. I'll meet you at floor 30, where we actually have the things we want to take care of to deal with. Alright, so here we are at floor 30 of the God's Hand, and you'll notice that the layout is quite a bit different compared to what we normally see at the 10th floor in an item world. This is because there is a unique enemy on the 30th, 60th, and 90th floor. Instead of an item general, we have an item king. And item kings do even more for us than item generals do. Killing an item general just gives a stat bonus to your item. Killing an item king not only gives you a stat bonus, it also increases the amount of specialists that your item can hold. And of course, rare items give you 2, common items give you 1 opportunity to kill an item king, rare items give you 2, and legendary items give you 3. So, legendary items, actually, even if they're not something you plan to use, they actually make very good containers for specialists, just because after you kill all the item kings, in addition to their high base specialist capacity, they're a very good dumping ground for specialists that you don't have immediate plans for, or just want to store ones like resistance type specialists or whatever. Item kings are also correspondingly much stronger than item generals. Now you may be wondering, are there any other special item bosses? And yes, there is one more. I've probably mentioned him offhand once or twice, but at floor 100 of a legendary item, there is an item god. Item gods are present on legendary rank 1 through 39 items. Why didn't I mention rank 40? That's because there is Item God 2, who resides at the bottom of rank 40 items. Item God 2 is basically the ultimate boss of the game, and that's going to be our goal for the Let's Play, is to get to the bottom of a rank 40 item and slay Item God 2. But we've got a bit of work to do before we're anywhere close enough for that, so let me just do my usual sweep to make sure there isn't any equipment we want. Anything good in the bonus gauge? No, not at all. So let's just get to work on cutting this guy down. Because we're 30 floors deep in a rank 39 item, he's pretty potent at this point, but if I have Laharl, Marina, and Karin all team up to just absolutely demolish this guy, we should kill him no problem. I don't even care enough to kill all the remaining enemies in order to get the Mr. Gensi's exit. We don't really need it. I've got 3 in storage right now. If you have, like, 2 Mr. Gensi exits at any given time, you should be fine. You never have to worry about going out of your way for more. And due to the highly random nature of floors in Disgaea 1's item world, it can often just be too much of a hassle to try and get the Mr. Gensi exits on the 10th floors. I would generally only go for it if there's a low number of enemies, like 3 to 4, and they're all located on the same platform you spawn in on. Otherwise, I would just assassinate the item general, king, god, and then get the heck out of there. And that's what we've done, so let's get out of here and see how our God's Hand powers up, and just see how ridiculously legendary rank 39 items scale. Return to the Overlord's castle, and watch this go up. And at the end there, it factors in all the bonus of the item generals and item kings we've killed, and yeah, it is pretty studly. Just almost 5,000 attack power, and this is before we put any specialists or dedicated specialists on. Of course, it has a gladiator of a pretty decent level on there. and it can hold up to 14 specialists. So yeah, this is a pretty studly weapon we've got going here. I don't know offhand what the specialist cap is for like max population in Disgaea Hour of Darkness. I'm guessing it might be 15. Every game after this greatly reduced the amount of specialists you can put on an item, with legendary items capping out at 8 specialists, because items could get pretty obscene in this game if you started stacking maximized stat boosting specialists onto them. But that is everything we wanted to cover in this video. When we come back in the next video, we're going to be hitting up the Dimensional Gate, and we're going to check out that alternate netherworld we have unlocked. It's a pretty imposing looking place. One can only imagine what awaits us there, but that's going to be for the next video. As always, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, though, goodbye.